coach a lot of clients for mental health. But hearing you guys speak today has been one of the best things I've ever done in my life. And like, I came here by accident, as I told the lady, but I think I came here to understand more about mental health from your guys' perspective. Because we don't see it as much in New Zealand about the Black American, mental health. You see, like you said, you watch the TV, you see, he's in jail, he's doing this or that. So for me, my question to you guys is, how do you guys, in your journey, like, that's for all three of you, what is like when you lose somebody in your one way in your journey, knowing that this is your purpose? How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about losing friends and family and friends and so on? And what do you do about to either educate them, like how you feel? Also, what do you do about understanding and accepting that that's just the way that journey went?
The question you asked me dealing with grief.
It's not loss, like not as in like grief or
you're not
associated with that person
Right.
anymore because of the journey that you're on. Or the
Oh,
purpose
I
you're
see
on.
what you're saying. So not necessarily death.
No, not necessarily.
But
I mean,
your
maybe death as well.
Your journey takes you away.
Yeah, it takes you off from the certain people. Like, how do you guys
That's
deal with
easy.
that?
That's easy. Now, mind you, I'm laughing when I say that, but I deal with that all the time. I deal with what we call first generation wealth distinction, right? So here's what happens. A lot of my athletes, a lot of my actors, they're first generation wealth. So guess what? They've made it, and one of the byproducts of that is what we call survivor's remorse, which there was a TV show about it, where you've made it, and now you feel so depressed and bad that you made it.
Yeah.
And nobody else, the people around you, you can't help them, or you try to help them and it just doesn't sink in. Also, a lot of people lose some of their earlier mentors. Especially we can point to the Mike Tyson story, how he lost Cuss right before he won the championship. So, two things. One, when God separates you, that's a celebration. Although it may come with sadness, but understand the purpose is right there for a season, time, or reason. So that's the number one thing. Now, mind you, I'm not cold-hearted. I mean, I came up as a single child, an only child, so I'm not cold-hearted. But once again, when you find your purpose, everybody on that road to that purpose, they're gonna get a blessing from you keep going. If you stop, there's somebody that believes in you like you shouldn't stop. If your grandmother, not saying just a grandmother, but other family members or dear friends pass away in the middle of you reaching your success, if you stop because of that depression, they're probably looking down, what are you doing? I told you to keep going. That's what I wanted you to do. So what you have to understand is that when it comes to the mental health aspect of dealing with separation, that's what I would call it, separation. It's just like with Danny running track, sooner or later you're gonna pull away. And what Kobe said also, after 5 years, the gap is so wide, but he said it towards his competitors.
Yes.
Well, guess what? We may not be in the same field, but if we're all attaining our dreams and our goals and we're doing what God called us to do, we're gonna get to the finish line together anyway.
Go ahead.
May I piggyback on that?
Yeah.
Because what really stuck out about your comment is we're talking about Black people in America, and we're special breed because of what we had to go through and still enduring through the captivity and slavery of our people in this country, in this part of the world. And with that being said, I think that nature shows us what happens when things are subjected to pressure in life, and we have several, yes ma'am, we have several examples. Diamonds are one, because diamonds are nothing but pressurized coal that over years, after so much pressure, that coal turns into a diamond. Pearls are nothing but sand that's caught in an oyster that the oyster's trying to get out and salivates and moves, and then this ball forms inside the oyster from a grain of sand. The lotus is one of the most beautiful, hypnotic and beneficial flowers on the planet, but it grows in the swampiest, muddiest waters. So the thing that I'm hearing here with these gentlemen is that, and then I can say from my own experience as well, when you are faced with great opposition, it is only to prepare you for greatness in your life.
But you have to make sure that, see, the problem with that is, not the problem, adding on to that is, you're absolutely right. The problem is that people don't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's so easy. It's like that. It's like that
That's
title.
why I was saying.
Yeah, it's so easy to say it. You know what
That's why I
I
was
mean?
saying. We don't see that. And
Well,
that's why I was
you don't
trying
see
to
it,
get
but
that
when you don't see it, but the thing is, you do see it. You just don't know if you can. It's like again, I always use that example in the movie. You know, you see the sunlight,
Right.
and you know if you get over that tidal wave,
So close yet so
Right.
far away.
you're so close. Yes, and I think what has happened with at least people that I know in the business in entertainment. With me, in terms of your question, is I had separation from certain people in the business that I thought were going to be lifelong friends. Let's put it that way. And when I saw how they saw me, see, that's what a lot of people. That's what it is. You know, like I say, with Fleet, you know, you've been in the game for a minute, and I'm quite sure there's been other promoters that have been coming, and how they see you, instead of saying, "Oh, this is a guy I could probably learn from him." They come in with the attitude is so different that you have to be like, I can't. This guy can't be in my circle. And I had situations like that where I thought, I've had a couple where I thought, we're gonna be lifetime friends and we're gonna come up, and I saw, you don't see me how I see myself, and you don't see me in the right light, and you have to separate yourself. And whether it's in terms of, like she said, death, it's not so much, but I think the part of death is the hard part of that is if that's a person, and I feel that way sometimes. It's funny, I think, because I'm on the brink of hopefully producing this movie, and I say, wow, but you know what? My uncle, who I really wanted to be here, is not going to be here. It just ain't happening. And I'm already thinking that way down the line, but I know at the same time, I'm not going to stop because this is what he would probably have wanted for me. You know what I mean? So you have to me, that'll be a battle, and that'll be a fight that I have to go through within myself. But again, I think when you have success or failure, you know what I'm saying, it just determines when you individually how you can say, look, this is something that it's just part of that journey, like you said.